Nobody saw it coming this fast. The Baltimore Ravens just shook the NFL by handing Kyle Hamilton the biggest contract a safety has ever signed. 4 years, $100 million. $82 million of that is locked in, guaranteed. In one move, Baltimore didn't just secure a player, they sent a message to the entire league. They are all in on chasing a championship. This isn't the type of deal teams hand out unless they believe their window is wide open. Hamilton is only 23, but already he's become the heartbeat of Baltimore's defense. He hits, he covers, and he sets the tone every single Sunday. When a front office writes a check this big, they're not only paying for past stats, they're betting on a future filled with playoff runs. The bigger twist? John Harbaugh made it clear the Ravens aren't finished. That means more money is about to move, and everyone knows which name sits at the top, Lamar Jackson. If Hamilton just became the richest safety in NFL history, what will it look like when Baltimore locks down their franchise quarterback for good? Don't forget to subscribe to Red Zone Report for more powerful NFL stories. For Hamilton himself, the deal carries more than numbers. He's piled up the Pro Bowls, he's earned all-pro honors, but one goal sits untouched. A Super Bowl ring. He said it himself, that's the checkbox still empty on his list. Baltimore believes he's the kind of player who can help them lead them there, and this contract ties his prime years to that mission. And here's the real suspense. This is only step one. Baltimore just rewrote the safety market. The next chapter could be even bigger as the Ravens line up their stars for deals that could shape the next decade of football. Which brings us to the most important part, what Hamilton actually means for this defense on the field. Kyle Hamilton is not just another young star, he is the difference maker that flips games in Baltimore's favor. Last season, he put up over 100 tackles and showed he can do everything. Cover deep, blitz off the edge, and match up with tight ends or slot receivers. The Ravens' defense looked completely different once he was moved to free safety, and the numbers backed it up. Before the switch, opponents had no trouble hitting big plays downfield. After Hamilton took over the position, Baltimore's pass defense jumped into the top tier of the league. That wasn't by accident. He reads the field before the ball is even thrown, and when he arrives with force. Those instincts separate him from the average defender. Fans will never forget the plays that showed his full range. A pick six against Cleveland, a perfectly timed blitz that crushed Joe Burrow, deflections at the line that turned sure completions into turnovers. These are the moments that prove Hamilton isn't just filling a role, he's rewriting what a safety can do in today's NFL. And now, with the Ravens making him the highest paid safety in history, the expectation only grows. The front office believes he is the kind of weapon who can carry a defense in January and February. For Baltimore, keeping him long-term isn't just about having a star, it's about giving their Super Bowl run a foundation that cannot be replaced. Against all odds, 3 undrafted rookies thought their way onto one of the deepest rosters in football. Stories like this rarely happen, but Baltimore has a history of finding hidden talent, and this year's group may be their best yet. These players weren't picked in April, but they refused to let that define them. Keon Martin is the first name that jumps out. He arrived at rookie minicamp as a tryout with no guarantees, yet every practice he made plays that forced coaches to take notice. From an invitee to a roster spot, that's a climb most players never make. His toughness and consistency wrote a story that feels like a movie. Jay Higgins is another name Baltimore fans will remember. He doesn't have blazing speed, but he has the instincts linebackers are born with. Reading plays, feeling blocks, and always being in the right place. That's what set him apart. Higgins showed the kind of awareness that wins games in small moments, and that's why he's still standing. Then there's Ruben Lowry, a versatile defensive back who started at corner and shifted to safety. No matter where he lined up, he delivered. Interceptions in camp, including one off Lamar Jackson, proved he could hold his own against the best. Together, these 3 rookies bring fresh energy and a reminder that in Baltimore, opportunity belongs to anyone willing to fight for it. Beyond the stats and roster moves, there's a deeper story running through Baltimore. Faith and family are woven into the heartbeat of this team. Jay Higgins' father made it clear when he thanked God for guiding his son's path to the Ravens, calling the moment bigger than football. It showed how belief and perseverance built the foundation for his journey. That same theme runs through the locker room and into the fan base. Many of these players lean on more than just talent. They lean on faith when the odds feel stacked against them. In a league where careers can shift overnight, that extra strength becomes part of what keeps them steady. Baltimore has embraced that identity as part of its culture. The connection also extends to fans who see these players not just as athletes, but as people who share real struggles and victories. When faith and family are highlighted alongside the game, it brings a different kind of loyalty. It reminds everyone watching that football is temporary, but the values carried off the field last far longer. For the Ravens, this culture is not an accident. It's a reason players stick, fight through setbacks, and believe in the bigger picture. The undrafted rookies and seasoned veterans alike are part of something that feels more like a family than just a roster. And that spirit is one of Baltimore's hidden advantages heading into the season. The quarterback story in Baltimore took an unexpected turn. Tyler Huntley is back with the Ravens, signing onto the practice squad after bouncing between Miami and Cleveland. His return adds depth behind Lamar Jackson, but it also gives Baltimore something more valuable: knowledge of rival systems he just spent time inside. Huntley's path has been anything but simple. He left, he was claimed, and now he's back where his NFL journey first took shape. That familiarity makes him a steady option if called upon, and his presence keeps competition alive in the quarterback room. For a team with championship goals, every layer of depth matters. At the same time, a storyline from the past is about to collide with the present. Joe Flacco, the Super Bowl winning quarterback who wants to find this franchise, is set to return to Baltimore, but this time as an opponent. Seeing him in a different jersey will be surreal for fans who remember his run to the title. This matchup brings emotion on both sides. Longtime supporters will cheer for today's Ravens, but they'll never forget what Flacco once delivered. When history meets the current era, it creates a stage where every throw feels heavier. And in Week 2, that's exactly what Baltimore is about to face. The Ravens practice squad isn't just a backup list, it's a hidden weapon. Baltimore stacked it with players who bring experience and young talent, creating real insurance if injuries strike. Every position group has depth, and that balance shows how carefully the front office built this roster. At wide receiver, veterans like Anthony Miller and Keith Kirkwood keep extra stability for the passing game. On defense, Malik Ham stands out as a pass rusher who impressed before injuries slowed him down. Having him available means Baltimore can reload at any time without losing edge pressure. The line is another area where the Ravens invested. CJ Io, a massive international player, joins proven vets like Brent Urban to provide size and strength if the trenches wear down. That kind of depth matters late in the season when physical battles decide playoff spots. Altogether, this practice squad feels like more than a safety net. It's a group that can step in, play meaningful snaps, and keep the team's level of play high. For a contender like Baltimore, having that kind of support could be the difference between surviving a setback and watching a season slip away. The front office didn't stop with Kyle Hamilton's record-setting deal. This offseason has been full of new contracts, with Derrick Henry, Ronnie Stanley, and Rashad Bateman all signing extensions to stay in Baltimore. Each move strengthens the core of the roster and shows how committed the team is to winning now. But the real suspense hangs over Lamar Jackson. Coach Harbaugh has already said, "We're not done," leaving no doubt that another massive contract is on the horizon. Lamar represents the heartbeat of this franchise, and the Ravens know keeping him long-term is the key to staying competitive at the highest level. What makes this situation different is Lamar's approach. He doesn't use an agent, handles his own talks, and keeps his business private. That creates mystery around the negotiations, but also makes every update more dramatic. When the deal lands, it will not only reset Baltimore, it could reshape the entire quarterback market. This steady wave of big money contracts shows exactly where the Ravens are heading. They're locking down their stars, tightening the foundation, and sending a message that they plan to stay in the title race for years to come. And as the spotlight shifts toward Lamar, the anticipation only grows. The injury report is the one cloud hanging over Baltimore. With the season only days away, corners like Jair Alexander and Chido Beawuzie are still sidelined. That leaves the coaching staff facing tough decisions on how to arrange the secondary. Every option, whether sliding Marlon Humphrey outside or leaning on younger players, carries big stakes. The situation got even tougher when the Titans claimed Jalen Armour-Davis and defensive lineman C.J. RAVENS. Both showed flashes in preseason, and losing them stripped away depth the Ravens hoped to keep in-house. It was a reminder of how quickly talent can slip away once roster cuts hit. But there's also good news. Tight end Mark Andrews is back on the field, fully healthy and ready to go. He hasn't forgotten the playoff mistakes that ended last season, and he's made it clear he plans to answer with a stronger year. For Lamar Jackson, having his most trusted target back changes everything. Put it all together and the picture is clear. The Ravens have invested heavily in their stars, uncovered hidden gems, and built depth across the roster. The only question now is health. If Baltimore can keep its core intact, this season has all the pieces to become something special. Blessings to all my Red Zone Report subscriber family. Your support means everything. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.